everyone, welcome to Shogunet Gaming News. Today with a new video interview opportunity. Konami Gaming is, as you know, one of the leading providers of slot machines and also casino management systems for the global gaming markets. And today we'll be speaking to Konami's Vice President of International Gaming Operations, Eduardo. So welcome, Eduardo. Thank you very much for joining us today at Shogunet.
Oh, thanks very much. Thanks for having me, Ignacio.
Great. Well, at Shogunet, we've been reporting for the last few weeks and months the reopening of casinos across the many jurisdictions worldwide, and especially in the US, in several states. So I'd like to ask you, well, of course, we are seeing that they are reopening under very limited capacities and there are a lot of restrictions. So what is the current situation today of Konami Gaming in terms of business activity, and in which stage of this recovery process of the land-based gaming industry would you say we are today, and how this will unfold through the rest of the year in your view?
Yeah, yes, Konami has been working since day one, let's say, even though the pandemic affected everybody. A lot of our special sales team has been working throughout the clock with all our customers. So it was very key for us to keep in contact with them, because I say that each one has different needs, and we need to understand, let's say, what they were doing and share our experience in other jurisdictions. So really, although looks like the world is stopped for 3, 4, 5 months, we have been working pretty diligently with all our customers throughout the globe. So it's not only in the US, but say in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia. So really we're trying to tell our customers to be a partner for them on those difficult times. And then they know that we got them here, we are here for them to help them to surpass those issues.
Great. Well, what are your current strategies, moves, or changes that you've been making and you're working on right now, and or plan to roll out in the coming weeks or months to adapt to this new normal, to these new conditions and limitations for the whole gaming industry? Maybe leveraging some of new kind of resources or innovation technologies?
Yeah, the key piece to say, the step number one is really that each jurisdiction has a different time frame and different set of regulations for reopening, correct? So each country, each state has some different ways that the government's allowing them to reopen, with limited capacity, with some new operational procedures to make sure, let's say, the players and the employees are safe when they go there, correct? Konami as a vendor, we do kind of a pre-work, not only Konami, but our distributors throughout the globe as well. We work a lot with the customers before, when they start to planning to reopen the casino. That's where we can help them the most, because I say this way we need to reset up the machines or help them to restructure the floor or give some ideas based on our experience around the globe, correct? What we are seeing that's working in one country, in another country. So we try to share this kind of experience with them, so they don't need to reinvent everything at the same time. So that's where we can really help them. We also provide, let's say, our games, let's say, we're continuously releasing new products for the customers, so they don't need to be worried that, oh, Konami has no more products. They don't have this worry now. So they know that we have, let's say, there's a lot of stuff that we did release throughout those months, and then we are releasing the next extra months, let's say, just to make sure whatever they need, let's say, we're here for them.
Great, very clear. And specifically talking about the Syncros, this management system, well, we've been reporting many installations in different US jurisdictions for the last few weeks and months. Konami said that in a matter of weeks, the company has developed this solution to optimize the slot machine cleaning between use, for instance. So can you walk us through this process of this Syncros installation, and in terms regarding how these new pandemic-related conditions affected these installations and or the product itself based on the new demands and requirements.
Yeah, we have been pretty successful with Syncros, but has been the result of the work of several years before, even before the pandemic, right? A lot of the new features that are more cashless or touchless involved, correct? We did have in the past, but the appeal for the customer was not that big. But now with the pandemic, the customers are changing their way of seeing how we handle the system, correct? Especially on the cashless features. And this is helping us to deploy those new features. One thing that's very important is Syncros for the existing customers or even for the new customers. On the existing customers, since day one, Konami was very well known that we can deploy or can do upgrades or deploy new features system-wise all remotely. So we really need very, very less people on the floor, people physically on the casino. We can do pretty much everything remotely. But this is based in the very robust infrastructure that the Syncros has since the beginning, correct? So this helps a lot. For new installations, we do a similar very, very good job as well, because Konami is very well known for the very throughout planning, pre-planning before the installation. This helps us to minimize the time and to speed up, to do a lot of the work that can be done before the installation outside of the customer property. When we go there, even to install the hardware, we can do very quickly in and out, correct? In a casino, probably this 800,000 machines, we can do the installation in a day with the proper planning. So those kind of features and solutions and planning, pre-planning that Konami does, that really did help us a lot on this pandemic, because people knew about this on the past, but those features now stress more the importance to be able to install a new system with very, very minimum time.
All right. Well, you already mentioned this cashless demand. We've reported one of the announcements from Konami was the launch of marker tracks, these cashless casino slot markers at Ellis Island, and it was presented as the first field trial of cashless slot credit lines in the state of Nevada. So I don't know if you can share the initial feedback from this trial, further insights about this kind of technology now that we can expect, what we can expect in the near term now that cashless tech is becoming more relevant amid the pandemic.
Yeah, as I mentioned, some features were already in implementation when the pandemic hit. Those features we speed up the release, because that was a demand from the customer. They need something that they could have immediately to deploy for their customers as closer to the cashless solution. This way to eliminate all the touches and the cards and that kind of stuff, right? So this really helped us a lot. With the market tracks, we have the Sync mobile as well, that we can do a lot of the players or the customer, the operators can do a lot of on their cell phones, correct? So those kind of features, we're getting more and more demand on that kind of stuff. Cashless as well. Syncros has cashless for several years already. Several of our customers already were using cashless application, right? But the difference now that we're getting more and more requests for the customers that don't have this to start to use those type of applications. Initial feedback for market tracks and cashless and the Sync mobile, everything has been very positive, and we're in line what the customer is looking for today's environment with the change that they have to face in the last few months, correct? And for sure, there's some other new features, let's say, that you go in this kind of environment on the cashless solution, let's say, that will be launching on the next few months as well.
Okay. And other than what we've already discussed in terms of new demands, would you like to mention any other examples of new demands from operators? Maybe you've seen some increased appetite for diversification in other areas as a response to this situation. Maybe you can share some feedback from distributors in this sense, and also the changes that you've seen on the players, maybe in terms of product new concepts that they are shifting from different verticals in the gaming types of game technologies. I don't know if you have any more insights, further insights about this.
What we're seeing, speaking with the majority of our distributors and our customers, the players really, for sure, they're going to change the way they play. Not the way they play, but the way they go to the casino, the way they're looking for the entertainment on the casino, right? I believe that's going to be the key change for everybody. Still, everybody is very new for everybody. Nobody knows exactly what is the impact of the pandemic, correct, of the COVID-19. So, but one thing, let's say, that we're trying to help with the operators, especially on the physical setup of the machines. So what we're seeing more and more, the operators are moving for the pod machine, where they have more space between the machines. So this gives more confidence for the player that they are not as close as they were before when the machines were side by side, right? So really, those are the biggest changes we're seeing. So we're also seeing everybody is wearing a mask to try to protect themselves and protect the players, gloves, constant cleaning the machines, have dividers. Each jurisdiction has a solution, let's put it this way. It's not that everybody's doing the same thing, but each jurisdiction is testing and trying to see if the solution they're putting in place is helping. Some jurisdictions, they're switching on and off one machine. So they leave one machine off, one machine on, one machine off, one machine on. But the end result is really everybody, especially the operators and Konami, we're trying to make sure, let's say, the employees and the customers, they are safe when they go back to the casino. That's really the key information there. The overall impact is very difficult to say today, Juan Ignacio. It's not that simple, let's say, to evaluate, or it's really too early for us to evaluate. But one thing is common between Konami customers and distributors. Say our concern number one is the safety of the customers and the safety of the employees that work on the floor, right? So for us, in terms of gaming contents, we don't see that many changes, because say once the person sits on the machine, the person wants to have that feeling they had before. So that's why I say the game content is going to be pretty much the same. As I said, the major change is going to be the physical setup in the casinos, correct? And for sure, we're going to have some adjustments on the gaming content as well, but most likely it's going to be more in a long term, not in a short term, okay? Konami was well prepared, let's say, because we have some type of games, especially our multi-game, where you can have 8 or 10 different games in one machine. Was successful in the past, but now we're getting more requests for the customers to have those type of games. The main reason for the customers is that they're looking up, if the person can sit in one machine and play and have a variation of 5, 6, 10 games on the same machine, this eliminates the need for this person moving around to look for other type of games, correct? Mm-hmm. So those kind of solutions are helping us, because we already have the solution in place, was successful. Now we are getting more traction on that one, correct? Our linked progressives, like we're launching all aboard, the one you have on my background here, similar situation. Say our products were flexible enough that you can install them on the traditional way, back-to-back machines side by side, correct? Or on the new, say the word they're looking more for now, on the pods, on the round pods, they say 4 machines or 6 machines, where we have more space between each customer, right? So luckily for us, say those this flexibility was already in place in the Konami products. Now it's just the customer, they are using those type of setups to help them to make the customer has a better feeling of security and safety when they go to the casino.
Very clear. Well, maybe to finish off, we would like some final words regarding the different markets. Well, you manage different jurisdictions, so Latin America and Europe, the Caribbean. So, what can you establish some comparisons in terms of these demographics or the performance of the products and the markets in those different jurisdictions, and where is your focus today and this year in general?
Yeah, really, we as I mentioned, we are trying to do as business as normal as we did before, right? The key piece on the last few months was the communication with the customers and distributors, to make sure everybody is in communication to pass through those difficult times, correct? We need to be partners on this, not only on the good times only, correct? We need to be partners, more important, on those bad times where people need some support, correct? So Konami and then distributors, we're working constantly with our customers, correct? And then especially say when they need to be a little bit before they reopen the casinos, to make sure everything is in place, correct? So we can have the spare parts they need, we can have the technicians they need. In some jurisdictions, a little bit more complicated to send a technician there, so we're using a lot of video conferences like this one to help their technicians to set up the stuff, correct? So our sales team, our distributors as well, same thing. When they go, if they can meet personally, it's fine. They can go there. They can meet personally. But a lot of time they are using video conference as well, because still each casino has their own regulations. As I said, some casinos they are not allowing any visit from vendors or to with the casinos, correct? So we really have to do everything via video conference, correct? Some other casinos, they are in different stages of the country, or the jurisdictions is on different stage on the number of infections, the kind of stuff that's more under control, correct? So they allow some us to go to the casino and visit them face to face, correct? So that's what we are trying to do. So we are really, Konami and the distributors, we have a set of standards that we need to make sure, let's say, our sales team, our service team is safe when they go for the casino as well, correct? We have this minimum set of standards they have to follow, but the most important, let's say, they need to contact the casino in advance to make sure they will be following the standards they have when we go to the property there, right? So really, communication is a key point. We are here for them, to help them, and we just need to make sure, let's say, everybody is understand the situation we are here now, understand what we need to do, so we don't complicate even more the stuff. Our target is to make things simpler, safer, and that everybody can go back to the regular business as soon as you can. For sure, we won't have a regular business in the next few months, but change is good. So change is not bad. People is changing the way they do business, people is changing the way they behave, correct? Change is a good thing, let's say, for sure. When you change, you evolve. That's a good thing for the industry as a whole. And for sure, the industry will pass this phase, and will become very stronger after that.
We hope so. Well, very, very good to have that positive approach. So, well, thank you very much, Eduardo. We look forward to meeting again at Shogunet Gaming News.
Perfect.
Thank you very much for all your insights.
Well, thanks very much for you guys, and I hope everybody's safe. Take care, Juan Ignacio.
You too. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
All right.